Let's start with our filling. We want the pumpkin to really shine through, so we are going to reduce our pumpkin puree and cook out the liquid to intensify the flavor. Combine your pumpkin, sweetened condensed milk, spices, and salt into a small pot and cook it over medium heat for about 7 to 8 minutes. It should look more thick and less watery. Then remove from the heat and add your vanilla and set aside to cool. Now let's move on to our dough. Take your milk and warm it up to about 105 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, and then add a tablespoon of your brown sugar that you measured out for the dough, not the filling. You don't have to be exact, we are just providing some food for the yeast. Then add your active dry yeast and let it sit for about 10 minutes. If you are using instant yeast, you can skip this step and add your sugar and yeast to the flour mixture in the next step. Combine your flour, spices, salt, and the rest of your brown sugar into your mixing bowl. Add your foamy yeast mixture. Then your pumpkin puree. Then the melted butter. 1 egg. And then finally the vanilla. Mix with the dough hook until it comes together. At first, it'll look like it's starting to come together and form into a nice ball, but it's fooling you. It'll eventually stick to the sides of the bowl. Keep going for 10 to 15 minutes. You can also do this by hand, but be warned that it is messy and takes a long time to come together. You might need to help the dough out a bit by scraping the sides of the bowl. Turn the speed up until it forms a smooth ball. The dough should be slightly sticky and stretchy, but shouldn't stick to your hands. Cover with plastic wrap and let it sit in a warm place for 2 to 3 hours. I like to write the time I started the proof on my saran wrap so I don't forget. You'll know it's ready when it has tripled in size. Now back to our cooled pumpkin filling. Add your softened butter and you should be able to mix everything together easily. Yes, it's a lot of butter. onto a floured surface and roll out to about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. I may have gone a little overboard with the mini pumpkins. I use a bench scraper to help shape my dough into a rectangle, but don't spend too much time trying to make it perfect. Then add all your filling and spread it out into a nice even layer. Leave a little border around the edges since the filling tends to ooze out. Now we are going to top with our brown sugar. You can also add some pumpkin pie spice to the sugar if you have some. We are ready to roll. Start from the bottom and make it as tight as possible. If your dough is really soft at this point, go ahead and throw it in the freezer for 10 to 15 minutes to help firm it up slightly. Divide your dough into 12 equal pieces. Here's a little trick. To help keep the shape of your cinnamon rolls intact, use dental floss instead of a knife. Place your cut up cinnamon rolls on a 9x13 baking dish lined with parchment paper. Cover the pan and let it rise for another 30 to 45 minutes or until doubled in size. Then bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 30 minutes or until light golden brown. While the cinnamon rolls are baking, we are going to make our maple cream cheese icing. Mix your slightly softened cream cheese and your powdered sugar. Then add your salt and maple syrup. Mix until smooth and all the ingredients are incorporated. Add your glaze while your cinnamon rolls are still warm.